What's up, guys? So I'm gonna make this video as fast as possible, right? I just want to make something short and simple. So someone asked me that, let's say for example I want something and from some other person, how do I reach a point of getting it? Right? Now you must understand the power of psychology. It's very important. You must understand that every person has a need to be right. I repeat, every person has a need to be correct. If you ever want to get something from someone else, you must first understand that they have like this, what can I call it, this wall that you have to break down first before you get to the person, right? Now I'm going to teach you here in this video how you can do that, how you can break down the wall to get to a person's mind, to actually, I won't call it control, but to actually get what you want, you know. And as I state this, I would advise you guys to be very cautious when using this, right? You don't want to abuse power. You want to use it in a way that benefits others, you know. So okay, let's jump into it. First of all, understand this. Um, every single person that you see have beliefs and motives, right? That means that they have things they believe in and things they stand for, right? Yes, get that in. Then, second of all, you as an individual also have things you believe in and things you stand for, right? Your motives, your thoughts, your behaviors, your habits, you know what I mean. If you are to go to a place of trying to infiltrate someone, right? You have to understand that your motives and their motives has to slightly be the same or slightly correlate at some point. This is very important because I don't want to use terms that are too, you know what I mean. Terms that are too complicated. I just want to make it simple. But like things attract, in a way. Let's say, for example, you meet a person that you don't know. Let's say um, you're trying to make a friend. Let's put it that way, right? This is just a simple analogy. This is like, it's like the tip of what I'm about to tell you guys, right? Let's say you want to make a friend. You first of all meet this person, you don't know their name or anything like that. Obviously, the first step is to ask, hey, what's your name and whatsoever, right? But that's just the first level. The second level is understanding what that person wants. You see, most people don't actually care what you say, they care about what they think. So if you reach a point of learning how to tell people what they already believe, they open up a little bit more. So your goal into infiltrating the mind is you want to make the other person feel like you think the way they think. You want to project their own beliefs. You see, you want to tell them what they already want to hear. That way, they break down their resistance, their wall. They open up a little bit more because they can relate to you. They feel like you and them are like on the same spectrum. If I'm to put it in that perspective. So again, I'm emphasizing my point. It's not about your opinions. It's not about your thoughts. It's not about your deeds. It's not about your actions. It's about what they think. When you learn this skill, right, you will reach a point where it's going to be very easy for you to connect with people. Because look, it's simple. It's like this. I'm saying it again. Every person has a belief. They have motives. They have things that they believe to be true, right? Those things might not be the same things as what you believe to be true. Now, when making a conversation with a person, right, or even a stranger, your goal is not to give them too much of what you think. Your goal is to understand what they think and what they believe. And again, you want to project those things to them. For example, I'm a person that it's easy for me to connect and make friends with different type of people. I could be friends with a person who does, you know, I don't want to, I don't want to give this person a very bad name, But my point is, I can be friends with a Christian. I can be friends with a person who is an atheist. I can be friends with a philosopher. Because, you see, when I'm with those people, right, I don't talk about what I want to talk about. I talk about what they want to talk about, what they feel is comfortable for them. Now, I know it's crazy, right? Some person can say, well, you're not actually authentic because you don't show your real self. You don't project the real you because you are acting according to what people want in a way. But look, listen, man, that's how it is. That's how it is. It's like communication is like selling. Like it's like selling and buying, selling and buying. When you go to a shop, they don't pick for you what you want, right? You pick what you want and you pay for what you want. So what the store does is it gives you what you want. And they don't care what you pick, right? They give you what you want and then you pay for it. That's the same thing. That's the same thing with psychology. And that's the same thing with communication. That's the same thing with communication as a whole. Your goal is not to project too much of yourself and talk too much. That is why that is why most of the times people who are called to be good listeners, right? Those are the ones that are very excellent people in making friends and communication or whatever, because actually the listening process gives you information about the person that you're talking to, right? You are able to use that information to your own advantage to further your own cause. Now, the reason I made this video is because someone asked me this question that, okay, assuming that I want to get something from someone, how do I do it? How do I go about it? The first step is to make that person believe that you have the same opinions as them. Because when you do so, it's like you create this area of comfort, People become too comfortable that they lower their resistance. It's easier for you to get through, to reach through your intentions and your motives, right? So once you do that with a person, now, okay, how do I do that? I don't want to jump that part. How do I do that? It's simple. You go, okay, let's say, for example, I want to get something from my friend, right? Not even a friend. Let's not say a friend because I already know what a friend wants, right? Let's say a stranger. The first thing is to go introduce myself. Hey, how are you? What? Just having a normal conversation, right? The second step is to ask as much as you possibly can about that person. Not like an interview, because if you do that, it's going to seem a bit off. No, not that way. You want to ask in a way that relates to what you're talking about, right? Don't ask too much questions, and don't make them frequent. Like, ask something, note it in mind, and then ask another thing, right? Then after that, you want to project what those people believe to be true to them, and you want to make it seem as if you also believe what they believe to be true. Once you do that, they feel connected to you. They feel like you and them understand each other. Like, yeah, you know what? I actually understand. Let's say a person believes that Manchester United is better than what? Another team, right? Another soccer team. I'm not actually a fan of soccer, just so you know, right? But if a person believes that, your goal is not to fight or to build tension, to be in contrast with them. Your goal is to also act and project thoughts that show that you also believe that Manchester United is the greatest team in the world. Once you do that, that person feels like, oh, this person understands me. Their guard is lowered, right? Now, the second step, it's amazing, but at the same time you have to do it very smooth, because remember, you want to get what you want, right? I don't want to say it in a way that can confuse you guys, because I want to make it simple and easy. I don't want you guys to be doing the wrong stuff, because listen, if I give you something and you do it the wrong way, it's not going to work. And the reason why it's not working, it's not because it doesn't work, but it's because you're not following the right instructions. So once you get the person to lower their guard down, once you feel like their guard is a little bit lowered, right? You show a little bit of, a little bit of contrast, like you show a little bit of difference. The reason is this: if you meet a person who agrees with whatever you say, right? Let's say a person who agrees with every single thing that you say, you're probably going to think that person is, they're not interesting. So you want to also build contrast. You don't just want to be a person who agrees, you don't want to be a yes man. You want to be a yes man, but at the same time, you want to be, you want to show a little bit of difference. The reason why you want to do this is because you want the person to think that you also have your own beliefs and your own opinions. You don't want them to think that everything they believe, you also believe, right? But as you're doing this, remember, the goal is to trick the person into thinking that you have difference. But at the same time, you want to show them that you also believe in what they believe to be true. They lower their guard down. This doesn't only work with communication in terms of like getting something from your boss or getting something from a friend, getting something from your parents or whatever. It can also work in relationships, right? You can use it every way, anyway, anyhow, on everybody. This is because of the way human beings are built. It's because of the way you think, right? It's because of psychology. We live in a world that's filled with so many, so much conflict and so much tension. So everybody wants to build this. It's like a wall to protect them. This wall is made up of their own opinion, their own opinions, their own beliefs, their own motives, right? Their own ego and arrogance. So you want to break down that wall so that you can get through to the person. Once you get through to the person, that's where the real, I don't want to use manipulation, but since we're talking about power, right? Since this is a law of power, that's where the real manipulation begins. But at the same time, as you're doing this, you need to be aware of your intentions, right? Because if you take this and you use it in a way that's negative, right? It's going to hurt people around you, and it's also going to hurt you too, because see, what goes around comes around, right? You can't just go around using manipulative tactics on people and expect that everything will be proper. It's going to come back to you. So you have to be wise with this, right? I'll make a series on this teaching, right? I want you guys to do it correctly. I don't want you guys to do it in a way that doesn't work, and after all you will say that it doesn't work. It works, and it works very proper. It works very well. It works with everyone and with anyone. I'm repeating it again. As you're infiltrating the mind, right? You must understand people. People are simple, easy. The first thing to understand is what they believe, right? What they believe to be true. What they desire, their desires, their likes, their interests and whatnot. You want to understand all those things, right? And at the same time, you want to project to that person the same mindset. When this person says, well, you know what? I like a Mercedes-Benz, but I think BMW is better, What you say is, well, you're right. I've never really thought about that. I don't think BMW is better, but I do like it more than Mercedes-Benz. You want to agree with them, but you also want to put it in a way like you don't really agree with everything they say, but you want to agree with that. As time goes on, that person believes that you have the same motives and intentions as them. They lower their guard. They open up for you to what? To infiltrate like that. Once you infiltrate the mind, it's over. The trust is built. The trust is built. Once there's trust, obviously this is not a one-day thing, guys. You must understand, Don't be too quick with the process. Be simple, be easy, be smooth with it. You don't want to rush into things. You don't want to do it in a, you don't want, it's not a war. It's a strategy. You want to do it soft. You want to do it simple. You want to do it easy. You don't want to rush into things. It's not a battle. It's not a fight. You do it easy. You do it simple. And you have to plan before. Plan how you're going to infiltrate this person. I know it feels kind of bad and manipulative when I say this, when I say it in this way, right? But that's what's going on in the world around you. Okay, for example, look at social media, right? Let's take YouTube for example. They give you what you want. If you search a video that's related to boxing, the next time you enter YouTube, they're going to give you suggestions. Those suggestions will be related to the type of videos you watch. So in a way, they are giving you what you want. They are manipulating your mind so that you should always be constantly on that social media platform. Same thing happens with Instagram. What you search for, they give you a suggestion. Next time you enter Instagram, you'll see a suggestion of the things that you usually search for, right? So in a way, they are manipulating your mind. This is the same way that you can do, and the same tactic, the same strategy that you can do with everybody, all people. It works this way. Give people what they want and they'll come back for more. Give them what they want, they'll come back for more. You don't want to object, you don't want to give people too much of your knowledge and too much of yourself. They don't care about your opinions, your beliefs or your thoughts. They care about their own opinions, their own beliefs, their own thoughts. So your goal is to project their opinions, their beliefs and their thoughts to them. That way they lower their guard and they feel like they can relate to you more, right? They open up a little bit more. They give you space for infiltration. They give you space for manipulation. This is used worldwide in the advertisement industry. They understand the human mind, they understand psychology, they understand what people desire, what people need, and they use that in their own advantage. Now, if you think using that is too evil, using those strategies, it's too bad or whatever you want to call it, then you need to open your eyes because it's being used all over the world. That's what they are actually doing to society. They are using your beliefs, your opinions, and your own thoughts to manipulate you. So it's up to you guys. If you have questions, then you could ask me on the comments below. If you want to keep watching my content, you know what to do. Subscribe and holla back.